Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if it's your first time here. My name is Troy, and in this series, I spend hours doing research to find the hidden gems of the dividend world so you don't have to. This week, there were 87 stocks that had an ex-dividend date between April 14th and April 18th of 2025. 31 of those stocks showed that they can not only pay, but grow their dividend for at least 5 consecutive years, and only 10 of those stocks were able to make the risk of investing in individual stocks worth it by also outperforming the S&P 500 over a long period of time. I then took those 10 stocks and picked my 5 favorites to share with you guys today. These videos go live right here on my channel every single Friday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and are kind of important that you watch when they drop, because if you don't, you could find yourself missing out on those sweet, sweet dividends. This is because every single stock in today's video has an ex-dividend date of this coming week, which simply put is the date you must own the stock before in order to receive the next dividend from that company. If you're ready to dive into this week's list, do me a favor and tap on that like button, and let's begin with number 5, First United, stock ticker FUNC. Including today's video, this is the 3rd time I've spoken about this stock right here on my channel, including 2 selections in a row. And if you go back to the very first time I spoke about this stock on January 12th of 2024, FUNC is outperforming and averaging over 17% annual returns since then. So let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper into this one right here. First United is a quarterly payer in the financial sector, paying 88 cents per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 3.38%. First United has been paying and growing its dividend over the last 8 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 11.87%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 13.81%, and a payout ratio at just 22.28%. Now, at the time of recording, First United was trading 38.71% off of their 52-week high. They have an ex-dividend date of April 17th with a payout date of May 1st. And looking at this chart over the past 10 years, you can see that First United would have turned that $10,000 investment into $36,503.95, which outperformed the S&P 500 by $7,585.55 in the same time frame. Next up, and coming in at number 4 on this week's list, is American Financial Group, stock ticker AFG. Including today's video, this is now the 4th time I've spoken about this stock right here on my channel, including 2 selections in a row. And if you go way back to episode 4 when I first spoke about this stock, which was July 8th of 2022, AFG is underperforming since that first mention. So let's go ahead and see why I still like this stock. AFG is a quarterly payer in the financial sector, paying $3.20 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 2.63%. AFG has been paying and growing its dividend over the last 20 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 12.52%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 12.18%, and a payout ratio of 27.38%. Now, at the time of recording, American Financial Group was trading 18.9% off of their 52-week high. They have an ex-dividend date of April 15th with a payout date of April 25th. And looking at their chart over the past 10 years, they would have grew that $10,000 investment into $38,643.60, which outperformed the market by $9,725.20. Next up, coming in at number 3, is a stock I personally own in the Anyone Can Invest account, and that's AbbVie, stock ticker ABBV. Including today's video, this is now the 8th time I've spoke about this stock in a series just like this. And if you go way back to the first time I spoke about it, which was episode 4 or July 8th of 2022, AbbVie is neck and neck with the S&P 500 since that first mention, but is slightly outperforming. So let's go ahead and dive in. AbbVie is a quarterly payer in the healthcare sector, paying $6.56 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 3.51%. AbbVie has been paying and growing its dividend over the last 13 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 5.81%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 7.46%. If I'm being honest, that's the only reason this one wasn't higher on my list, but their payout ratio is at 46.82%. At the time of recording, AbbVie was trading 14.5% off of its 52-week high. It has an ex-dividend date of April 15th with a payout date of May 15th. And looking at their chart over the past 10 years, that $10,000 investment would have grown into $49,252.61, which outperformed the S&P 500 by $20,334.21. Before we get to the rest of the list, I want you guys to remember to use that comment section down below, as that helps me continue to grow my channel more than you guys can even imagine. You guys can use it to tell me your thoughts on this week's list, any stocks you own from this week's list, or hell, you can even use it to tell me a knock-knock joke for all I care. Either way, use the comments down below. But now let's get to number 2. Next up and coming in at number 2 is Williams-Sonoma, stock ticker WSM. Including today's video, this is now the 9th time I've spoken about this stock right here on this series, including 5 selections in a row. And if you go way back to episode 5 or July 15th of 2022, WSM is destroying the market since that first mention and is averaging about 35% annual returns. So let's learn more about this beast. WSM is a quarterly payer in the consumer discretionary sector, paying $2.64 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 1.86%. WSM has been paying and growing its dividend over the last 19 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 20.51%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 18.84%, and a payout ratio that sits at 26.09%. Now, you might have a super opportunity on this one because at the time of recording, Williams-Sonoma was trading 35.59% off of their 52-week high. They have an ex-dividend date of April 17th with a payout date of May 24th, and looking at this chart, that $10,000 investment into Williams-Sonoma would have grown into $45,482.47, which outperformed the S&P 500 by $16,564.07. And here it is, the stock I feel you guys must know about going into next week. Coming in at number 1 is Watsco, stock ticker WSO. Including today's video, this is now the 5th time this stock has been mentioned on this series. And if you go back to the very first time I spoke about it, which was episode 4 or July 8th of 2022, WSO is averaging more than 30% annual returns, which leads to its market outperformance. But there is one thing I don't love about this one, despite it coming in at number 1. So let's see what that is right here. WSO is a quarterly payer in the industrial sector, paying $12 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 2.51%. WSO has been paying and growing its dividend over the last 12 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 11.46%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 11.04%, and here's the thing I really don't enjoy. There might be a reason behind it, but I still don't like that their payout ratio sits at 73.84%. Again, this is where your extra research comes in to see why that number is so high, but I personally like mine way below 30%, the lower the better. Anyway, at the time of recording, Watsco was trading 16.34% off of their 52-week high. They have an ex-dividend date of April 15th with a payout date of April 30th, and looking at this chart, WSO over the past 10 years would have turned that $10,000 into $51,481.10, which outperforms the S&P 500 by $22,562.70. With that being said, as I told you guys earlier in the video, it's very important to watch these videos when they come out, because if you guys watch these videos on Friday after the market's already closed, or over the weekend, or even the week of these ex-dividend dates, there's a chance you guys already missed the ex-dividend date for any of these stocks that you might have liked, which means you now need to wait 3 long months before you get any dividends from any of these companies. And Sweet Brown says, ain't nobody got time for that. With that being said, I can guarantee you already missed every ex-dividend date for all the stocks I mentioned in last week's list. But if you're still looking for 5 more super high quality dividend stocks, you can check out that video right here. But until next time, see ya.